You are France's Oscar submission. You're getting your theatrical release domestic in France in November. You are traveling a little bit everywhere, and you are opening a festival, a local festival in Montreal. And I'm really, really pleased to to get to sit down with you and to get to talk about your film. Just congratulations on your 7th feature film.
Thank you.
I just wanted to interject that I thought it was a really cool moment to have the Camera d'Or winner of '93 in the same room or the same context as the Camera d'Or winner of this year, because you're both from the nation of Vietnam. And I thought it was a really, really cool extension of maybe not national cinema, but the fact that you both came from these humble beginnings. And I love his film equally, so I just thought that was a really, really cool thing.
Yes.
It's a fantastic film. With Pot au Feu, we have art of the food, we have love, we have the culinary expertise, we have the human connection element. But for me, I will always take away this, is that I love the passing of knowledge. I love the idea of digging into a child's sensibility, a child's exploration, a child's intelligence. And I would so love for you to detail the emotional IQ of this character and the importance of this character to this film. Even though she's a supporting character, she is part of a legacy that's much bigger than the 2 people that we see on screen. So I just wanted to get a sense of that character, that importance to the film, and how you approach that character with the limited amount of scenes that you did feature in.
Yes, this character is very important for me, because she's part of a structure that gives meaning to the movie. She's not only there for this idea of transmission, but she's also there to save Dodin. In reality, Dodin promised her, to train her, but then Eugénie died. And after the death of Eugénie, he was so devastated that he was not connected to life anymore. It's only the promise that he gave to her that will bring him back to life, that will, save him. Because when the parents of Pauline came to say, so, how about Pauline? Then only then he accepted to find a new cook, so she can train Pauline, and this saved him somehow.
Yes.
This character, during the casting of this little girl, she was 11, was quite interesting, because of course she need to be right in terms of what she what come from her face, but at the same time it was important to see how good she chew things.
Yes.
Because she, when we look at her chewing, the meal, it needs to be very, you have to have, to bring the water to the mouth. Of course. And she was really good at it. And at the same time, she was not shy, because being in front of 2 very, very big, actors, it was not easy.
Yes.
And Juliette and Benoît were really, really generous with her. Sometimes they would come to talk to me, said, Hùng, maybe, check this with her.
Yes.
It's very important. It's really nice.
And in that scene, she's very much an equal. She has to be on the same level as these 2 stars. We're going to call them stars.
Yes, exactly.
Talking about those 2. So Benoît, and I call her La Binoche. I don't call her Juliette Binoche. I call her La Binoche.
Nice.
They were once life partners. And as legend has it, you approached Juliette first, then asked if Benoît could come on board. And obviously they are pros at their craft. We don't have to go through that. They'll deliver. However, when I'm actively watching this film in Canada, I'm thinking, there must have been moments where you as a filmmaker, or just as a human being, you have access to a shorthand that exists between two people who had a very interpersonal connection, and it's a very atypical thing to bring two people that used to be together into a film. Is there ever a moment during production or maybe in post where you said, oh, there's a little bit of cinema magic between these two players, and it's because of that rapport that they once had together? Was there ever a moment where you're just like, oh, this is next level? Did you ever feel that?
Yes, okay. There are, in what you said, there are things that I can do and things that I can get without doing anything. So for me, when I put them together, I never play with, I never rely on the past, on their relationship, because I'm not that kind of director that would like to bring some truth out of the actors, because I don't believe in it. I only need expressivity. It means that if they gave me something that is expressive on the screen, that give the meaning that I would like to have, then it's enough for me. I don't need to go and try to find something in their life. No, I would not. I will never do that kind of thing. So of course they maybe they use something of their relationship to give something in their performance, but this I would not know. But of course, what I can see on the screen, it's amazing. It's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
For those who have not read this often republished novel of 1924, on which this is based on, what were some major takeaways for you when you had access to that? How did it resonate with you? And personally, how connected is it? What are your thoughts about Eugenie in the 1924 novel, that tome? Like how did you relate to the actual material?
Yeah, I didn't relate at it at all.
Okay.
Yes, it's only some pages.
Yes.
That was great.
Yeah.
About food.
Yes.
How they talk about food, etc. So this is what I kept for the movie. For the rest, the story I choose to tell the story that exists before the book.
Yes.
So I can be very free.
Yes.
And at my age, after living with a woman from the time she was 16, it's a long way.
Yeah.
And so this quality of marital love, I wanted to express it in this movie. That's why the movie was dedicated to my wife. For this reason. So I need to be free, of the story told in the book, to be able to do this.
So I remember reading Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential a long time ago. It was like ages ago. I love that book. What I love is that he would dedicate chapters to like sharpening a knife.
Yes.
And I'm so removed from the restaurant experience that it spoke to me, but it's by no means there's any proximity to me. When I'm watching this film, I'm thinking about the technological advances in some of the items that they're using, but yet again, they're using pots that are mandated today to make these great meals by Michelin chefs and whatnot. So I was wondering about your methodology into filming objects and the idea of like that the sequences in the kitchen, and how you decide to position the camera, and how you decided to give descriptive layers to things that no longer are with us.
Oh, this I owed it to my wife, because she's the one who chose all these things.
Wow.
Because she's she did the wardrobe for the movie, and also she's the artistic director for the movie. So everything that is visual in the movie really come from her, and she's the one who chose everything for the movie. And the shooting, the using of all this by the actors in the movie, it's quite complex.
Yes.
Because I'm that kind of director that has a setting. Some other, the other category of directors, they only record, the performance.
Yes.
And following stories and theme. But me, what I like when I make a movie is to give the feeling of cinema, to give the momentum of cinema, to deal with the specific language of cinema, trying to to bring meaning and emotions through cinema. So it's quite complex, and all these scenes, all on these kitchen scenes, was how it looks like a choreography.
Yes, exactly.
Or
it's
car
like
chase.
Pina or something.
Or car chase.
Yes,
for me,
yes, yes.
You know, sometimes it's so complex. So all this took us
There's a lot of planning.
some time of thinking, you know, and preparation before the shooting. Because I I don't rehearsal a lot with the I don't rehearse a lot with the actors.
Yeah.
Yes, we never. The way I'm making movies, it's I would like to discover things with the actors on the set, so we don't talk much before the shooting. You know, not too much about the characters or things like that. Everything how you know, we need to discover it together.
Yes. So you're working with the blueprint, but there's so much latitude there and openness that you allow for really authentic moments here. I got two last questions. So I want to talk about the psychology of Benoît Magimel. You would have seen Albert Serra's film probably before you jumped into this, right?
No, I missed this one.
Oh my God,
was,
okay.
Yes.
So when I saw Pacific Fiction in Cannes, I was reminded, and I was reminded again here with this character, of just how much first of all, he's a great actor, but he's so good at making us forget that he's Benoît. And
Exactly.
here, what I love about his performance here is there's so much non-verbal, descriptive info. Whether it's holding a spoon, whether it's problem solving without actually announcing it or speaking about it, or just him thinking. How do you go and get a performance like that from him? How do you inform him about all these natural tics in a cook that's probably been cooking since he was a child? How do you access that information and filter it and place this into his performance?
He gave it to me. Come on.
What a gift.
Yes. For instance, when I work with Mark Lee, the DOP who made several of our movies, sometimes when we get something really difficult, you know, we make it good, you know. Then he said, "Oh, it was there. You saw it, and so you grab it. You know, it's only that because you saw it. You know, it's not something that I create. You know, and it's the same thing with Benoît. We don't talk much. He just check, you know, with me. He said, "Oh, this line, I'm saying it this like this, right?" And not like this.
Yeah.
I said yes, and that's it. And then he proposed something. If it's expressive, it's right, then it's okay. You know, it's as easy as this.
You get a sense that the way he holds a spoon, that he's been doing it for like 6 decades. Like
Yes.
it feels as if there's input, and there's a blueprint to all those gestures. So
Yes.
I thought it was remarkable.
No, because he cook in real life.
Yes.
He
okay.
really enjoy it.
Okay, okay.
Yes, really he eat too much. I mean, you know, and but he really enjoy it.
So there are filmmakers who take their time between projects. I'm going to name a couple. There's Lucretia Martel, there's Nuri Bilge-Ceylan, there's Lee Chan-dong. I want to say that perhaps you belong to this category. There's time between projects. When I was tagging you at the Cannes Film Festival, I fell onto a really interesting Instagram account that is full of ceramics. And so I was really curious about that. I wanted to know this as another creative outlet. How is it incorporated into your life, and how between projects? What are you doing between projects? Are you a very cultured, literate? You live in Paris?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're a savant for the arts that are all around you, but I imagine ceramics is sort of like a way for you to think differently outside the film world. How does that world sort of coexist in your life personally?
Yes, in fact, I would like to make a movie every 2 years and not every 5 years.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But you know, it cannot be.
I mean, there's so many variables, right?
Yes, exactly.
The project comes to you, financing falls down, falls through.
So ceramic is a very simple idea. You know, after making a movie, you spend 5 years of your life, and at the end you have a DVD. It's not really exciting, you know, like like object, you know.
Yes.
So I really need to be close to something that is more, you know,
tactile.
Yes, tactile, yes. More, grounded.
Yes.
So ceramic is good because so I never learn. You know, I just do it because I feel that it should be that way. You know, and very quickly I became quite how you call it. Adroit.
Oui. Adroit. Manable.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, and
you feel as if you're good with the material.
Yes, exactly.
Ceramics is very complicated. The baking process, before and after, it's so freaking complicated.
But it's very strange because you know, I start doing something and then after a week I have 100 items. 100 it's a lot, you know, and it's and just like doing something that is not like hard working, you know, but still at the end of the week you have 100 items, you know, and I don't know, I really enjoy it, you know, to feel the volume,
yes.
to feel the void inside yes. of a vase or a bowl. It's interesting because when I'm writing a script, to be able to keep me, you know,
focused,
staying there on the table and not moving everywhere. I have always a ceramic, an egg, a lemon.
Yes.
Yes, and a crystal. This was things that I have around me, and a knife because of the sharpness
yes.
of it. So I need all this, you know, to keep me at the table to write.
That's great. Congratulations. Merci. And
thank you, Eric.
Come on, I think, is how you say it in Vietnamese.
Yes.
Come on?
Come on.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.